How you doing? Welcome back to Fair Alert. Let's embellish. Okay, so this evening we have these two paintings that I painted for Monday. And I'm going to see about doing some embellishments on them with paint. I don't know how this is going to work out, but we're going to see. And we're just going to talk. Shall we have a little talk? We've got gold and blue violet flash and blue flash and dragon flash and purple flash. So if this doesn't work out right off the bat, we'll go with markers maybe. But we're going to start. I'm going to start by telling you these are real fun to get into these little bitty bottles, let me just say. Okay. One of my little silicone lids for a holder. Stick it up there. I'm going to start with this green. I'm going to move these apart. So, let's see how these are even going to come out, or if they're even going to come out. Okay, that might work. We're going to start from somewheres down here. This is gonna get tricky. That's okay. Because really, this is just sort of an extension of my playtime from last sesh. I thought that I would be down here earlier this week to do this, but I had to take my old girl Sugar to the vet on Monday, not for anything, just, you know, because she's 12 and it was time for her yearly old lady sort of checkup. So I took her and she was very good. She was very energetic. She's always very energetic. And you know, I always worry when dogs start getting older, just because they don't live a long time, and you know, it's sort of worrisome for me. She's gonna be 12, and it seems to be sort of an iffy iffy time. So I took her to the vet. And everything went fine, and she was energetic and goofy, and you know, the vet was like, yeah, okay, let's go out and get a pee sample. Okay, so we went out and got a pee sample, and came home. Everything was great. And today we got the results of her lab tests, and as often happens with older dogs, you know, there are things that are elevated that shouldn't be, and things that are low that shouldn't be, and she's got inflammation markers, and first one thing, then the other, and you know, my overthinky brain just goes in all kinds of places, and I was like, crap, why did I wait until tonight to paint? Because now I don't want to. I'm not in a good place to paint, I don't think. But then I thought, you know, maybe that's exactly what I need to do, is just go have a little session. And maybe it is. I don't know. we're gonna see. I'm not real sure, you know, how any of this paint in these little bottles is gonna work. I can tell you how it was getting it in here. There were words said, but this is my studio. There are often words said. So we're just gonna see how it goes. If it goes well, yay. If it doesn't go well, surprise. I think it's better if we leave them laid down because the paint needs to kind of be in the tip of the needle there. So anyway, all of that, you know, kind of coalesced into me thinking about this world that we live in and how everything is paced so fast. Hurry, hurry, hurry. You know, everything is the next greatest, fastest thing. Everything is new and improved, and everything costs a freaking mint, and we're supposed to somehow find some kind of meaning in all that. And I find that meaning is honestly getting kind of hard to come by. This is not working just like I wanted it to, but we're gonna keep going. It's hard to come by meaning when everything is plastic and breakable, and it breaks down so quickly. And you know, buy a new one. There's a new, better, improved thingamajig that you bought 10 years ago that's not broken, but you know, it could work better. I could work better too. You know, we're just gonna start replacing people too. I don't know. I am really a little bit frazzled with all of the things that are going on, and it's just hard sometimes to live in a world where you don't quite understand what's going on. But anyway, here we are, nonetheless, trying to make something out of something. But yeah, sometimes it's good to slow down, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do here, is just breathe a little bit, slow down a little bit. By the time I get this flower made, maybe I'll understand how this is supposed to work. Be present a little bit. I feel like a lot of people just rush so much because, you know, you gotta be to work, you gotta be clocked in, you gotta be productive by, I don't know, just say 8:30. And then you're supposed to get all this stuff done, but you have a meeting at 10 that you have to attend, and then your boss calls you in on some special project because I don't know, somebody couldn't do their job, or they just need your area of expertise or whatever. And so you're in there for a couple hours, and then, you know, when you come out, you've still got the stuff waiting for you that you left at 10, and it's just a whole lot of hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And then, oh, well, in order to do your job, you have to wait for so-and-so to send such and such, and so now you're waiting. I don't know, y'all. It's just a lot. It's a lot to try to be present for. So I just, you know, I don't know. I just really don't know. I really don't. I don't understand how it is that we're supposed to live in this and not just give up. Because everything's fast paced. We want everything fast. We want fast food. We want fast drying fabrics. We want all this crazy stuff. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm having a time here. But all we can do is just try to stay present, right? That's what I keep telling myself. Stay present. Be grateful. Have grace. Give grace. I feel like that's where a lot of us fall down, is giving people grace. I see a lot of fighting and bickering and bitching on social media. Everybody who's different, man. Yeah. People of color get singled out by white people. White people get singled out by white people. It's like, I don't know. It's just hard to watch sometimes, you know. Gay people get singled out by straight people, but they also get singled out by other gay people. And I'm like, you guys, what the hell is going on here? It's some kind of crazy mess. I don't know. It's like there's so much infighting amongst everybody. There's infighting amongst political groups and amongst, you know, religion and everything else. It just makes it really hard. And I feel like if we all just gave each other a little more grace and a little more flippin' respect. Some people, I find it very hard to respect. It is true. And I have raised a lot of hell about it, because I feel like people who don't give other people respect don't deserve my respect. Does that make sense? Maybe. Maybe not. It is hard to say. I do not like that. I want it to go up further. But anyway, let's see. Somebody was asking about my camper videos. That would have been Jean. Said, oh, are you going to make any more camper videos? I was really enjoying those. Yeah, the answer is yes. Got really derailed by winter. It was so flippin' awful up here. We had 2 blizzards in a row. All this just really, really awful, terrible, cold, very bad, no good stuff. And then, you know, the decent weather finally got here, and I did a video, and then I noticed, I don't know, just life is hard sometimes, right? I mean, you start one thing and then you notice something else is suffering, and then all of a sudden, oh, well, that was cute. Ay, ay, ay. Really? Ah! Well, let's see. You know what? I kind of like the dipped look, though. I just don't like that little blob right there. We might just have a little blob right there. I do kind of like the dip look, though. So, oh, you guys, life is so funny. Get off your high horse stool and paint. So, since that looks kind of cute, just dip this one too. This is hilarious in that sort of oh my god way. See, they're already starting to dry, so I need to get with it. I don't like that one. Well, let's see. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall never be bent out of shape. See? Come on. There we go. What the heck, right? Let's just do this. This is just, see, taking your time, even when you screw up. Yes, I know, I've got a little. I don't know, this might have to turn into a leaf or something. Nope. There we go. Okay. These are a great little invention, these little skewers. I've had this one the whole time I've been painting. It weighs like 4 times as much what the other one does. Okay, so let's get back to where we were. I forgot what I was talking about. Camper videos, I think. Anyway, made a video. Life got stupid. Trying to keep up with these videos. And then we knew that Chris was going to have a hip replacement. What we didn't know that it was all, what we didn't know was that it was all going to happen within like a week of going into the doctor to talk about it. That's what we didn't know. So she went into the doctor to talk about, you know, this upcoming perhaps hip replacement gig, and came out with an appointment to get it done the next week. And that's where I came up with the idea of the blowout series, because I didn't have time to think, to do nothing. And I just needed something that would let me run down here, paint right quick, get back upstairs. The dogs don't like it when I leave because, you know, they love me or something. They like that I feed them, perhaps. And so that precluded pretty much any other sorts of videos. And then about the time she starts getting around better, the guy who I was talking to about upgrading my electrical and solar says, oh yeah, you can come in at the end of June. And I said, cool. Because I figured, you know, the end of June. Well, time does that thing that time does, and sort of got away from me a little bit, and between Chris's recovery and trying to keep the house going and stuff, I thought, well, I will have that third week of June to do the things that I want to do in a camper before I take it over to him. June 21st, he calls and says, can you bring it today? Seriously? I said, yeah, sure. So off we go. Take the camper over there. What in the hell? Take the camper over there. Oh, this is what I was afraid was going to happen. These things clog up so easy. And drop it off. He's had it for 2.5 weeks now. Almost 3. And we decided to add a couple of things that I wanted done, which is great because, you know, yay for me. But at the same time, it means I'm not getting it back for at least another probably 10 days. And that kind of stinks. So, yes, I am going to make more camper videos. I'm actually hoping to make videos of when I take it out. that's sort of the overall idea. But it's just been a little rough. So I know. And here I was thinking about starting a third channel. Ain't that funny? I did ask people on the face group book I started if they would be interested in me starting a channel on YouTube, just talking. And the response was so overwhelmingly mute that I just decided, you know what? They don't care. They don't want to see that. So, but I did give it a thought. I thought, you know, that could be fun. Just, you know, coming up with talking points or answering y'all's questions or sharing a recipe or taking the dogs for a walk or something. But, I mean, I've already got enough people that don't watch this channel. I don't need to start a whole nother channel that nobody's going to watch. So, I have that on ice because, you know, this channel is a lot. I know that it probably seems like it's not a lot, but I am a busy gal. And sometimes it's hard to get it all done, which seems kind of stupid. I mean, here I am painting stuff. It's not like I'm building the next Sistine Chapel or whatever. But anyway, whatever. I think we're only going to embellish one of these. I'll have to do the other one on my own time because this is taking forever. Anyway, let's see, what else? What else is there to talk about? It's hard to sit here and think of all the things. What else? Oh, if you ever need anything in the middle of the night, give me a call. Because I don't sleep much. And I do sleep, don't get me wrong. But I sleep really late. I go to bed late, I get up late. This is just how it goes in my life. And, you know, I'm not always a big talker at night. Now, that is true. I'm kind of hermity. I don't know whether y'all know that about me. I know some of you do. Not the world's biggest chatter. If you ever need anything and it's the middle of the night and you don't have anybody, reach out. I might be around. I might not be. Now, I'm not always available, but sometimes I am. And y'all have pulled me out of enough ditches that I feel like if you need to be pulled out of a ditch, I can certainly give you a hand. This is cute. I don't know. I'm not much of an embellisher. I don't have the greatest ideas about, oh, I'll just do this here. You know, some people like watching Fiona do stuff. She sits down and it just flows out of her. I sit down and I'm like, but we try, bless our hearts. Let's see. What was I watching the other day? Oh, somebody had this really long, a brush with a really long brush on it, on the handle, long skinny brush. And she was making leaves just by moving it around. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I could do it. No. No, I don't think you should try that. Anyway, you know what? Here's what I think. Here's what I really, really think. Less is more. And I say that for two reasons. One, I'm not very good at this, so the more I put on it, the crappier it's going to look. And that's okay. It's okay to do things that you're not good at, and it is okay to say, I'm not very good at that. It's fine. I'm I am perfectly fine knowing that I am just not freaking good at everything. It's fine. I'm not. I'm good at some things. I'm extremely good at some things. At some things, forget about it. Sister ain't got no talent. And that's alright. What am I good at? I was a damn good actor. I was told so in no uncertain terms several times by several different people. So yeah, I was good at that. I am a pretty damn good singer. What else? I'm good at making things cute, like rooms. I can make your room cute out of junk. Your clothes, maybe not. Never been very big into the whole fashionista thing. I feel like that's okay too. What else am I good at? Oh, I was pretty good at riding horses. And that is a skill. Now, I know. Anybody can go out and jump on a horse. Pretty much. But balance and just having a natural feel for it is something else altogether. I was pretty decent. I'll go as far as to say I was pretty decent. So yeah, good with horses, good with dogs. I'm good with animals. Animals like me. I like them. Often quite better than people. And that's okay. That's okay. It's alright. It's okay to like animals better than people. What else? I'm a good driver. Things that I'm not good at. Let's go down that road because that's a fun one. I am not good at doing what I'm told. Never ever have been. Probably never ever will be unless it is something that I want to do. Okay? I've never been one to buckle easily when it comes to, you need to go do this thing. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you a few things you need to do. So, yeah. Not exactly my biggest talent. My mother probably could have told you that from the time I was a little kid. What else am I not good at? Taking how do I want to put this? Advice that I didn't ask for. If I am bitching and moaning about something, it's just me bitching. It's just me bitching and moaning and complaining about something. It doesn't mean it needs to be fixed. Certainly doesn't mean I would like for you to fix it. I like this better than that. But that has probably already started to set. Anyway, that's fine. Yeah. Unsolicited advice. That's a big no in my book. What else? I'm not good at loud voices. I grew up in a house with a goodly deal of yelling. And it's just something I won't put up with. Nope, nope, nope. If you're gonna yell at me, we're done before we even get started. Let's just go with that. I really like that, and I really hate this. Let's see. Since we're not banking on this or anything, and it's an old cruddy, it's a cruddy little dollar store canvas. I really like that. That's pretty. I really don't like this. It's not pretty. We're gonna get it off one way or the other. This is what I do. I put like a bottle under it to keep it nice and taut. And then the problem is this paint hasn't been on there, but you know, a small number of days. So we gotta kind of be easy with it at the same time. Okay. Paper towel action. All right, well, I really do like that. Let's see what I can make happen over here. Now, the problem is I just scraped some paint off of that. I'm thinking, y'all. Can you smell it? I'm gonna do something from here. Okay. Pardon me, I had to think. I feel like I'm starting to really ramble. I'm not used to talking and painting and trying to think of interesting things to say at the same time. That's tricky. Okay, I don't even know what these are. I've never seen anything that looked like them, but I think they're kind of cute. I should have done this with a marker. I don't know. It's okay. Do y'all ever hold your breath while you paint? I do. Especially when I'm doing a little piddly, widdly stuff. Those are destined to stay. They can't go anywhere. They're way too dry to leave. Whatever. Now I gotta do something that way-ish over here, I guess. I don't want to. Okay, I forgot I was supposed to be talking. Just sort of over here, communing with my paint, enjoying watching it move, letting my brain just think for a minute. Just kind of go into some sort of, I don't even know what you call it. I don't know all the current woo-woo language. Like sort of a subconscious state where you're just being. I wonder how many of you think it's weird that I'm kind of woo-woo. I've always been kind of woo-woo, you guys. I hate it. I hate to tell ya, but it was one thing that sort of set me apart from all my little country kid peers, I guess, was the fact that, well, there were a few things. Let's just not talk about all of them, but one thing that kind of set me apart was my mom was divorced, small town, lonely lady, ta-da, lots of rumors, lots of innuendo, a lot of stuff trickles downhill. And you know, little kids have a tendency to be at the bottom of the hill. So, you know, I was sort of wasn't popular, let's put it that way. Wasn't popular. My mom wasn't popular. We didn't have any money. I did have horses though, because I had grandparents. I had grandparents that thought, well, I think they were pretty sure that I could actually do no wrong. They were wrong, but I did grow up with horses, and I had little horsey friends up until about middle school, when they were the popular little horsey kids and I was Kelly Stoll's a weirdo. You know, I was Linda Stoll's weird little kid. That's okay. I grew up all right. Oh, I just did my... But anyway, I forgot where I was even going with that. Small town something. Oh, being woo-woo. You know, when other little kids like shun you a little bit, you start finding other things to invest your time in. So I largely invested my time in horses and my dog. I had a French poodle who liked to go horseback riding with me. Yes, that is true. And finding out things like, what does your pineal gland do, and why do they call it the third eye, and how can I keep mine healthy? Yeah, you know, being 13 or 14 years old and looking that stuff up really doesn't serve you very well. But that's okay. Who cares, right? Right. Anyway, all right. You know, I was going to try to do a bunch of... Oh, I remember what I was thinking about doing. Oh, jeez, this is a mess. Anyway, I'll be right back. Dun, dun, dun. Glass bead gel. Alright. That's what I was thinking of doing. I have got so much crap under this table, I've got no room for my feet. Okay. Let's see. Let's go that way. Oh, good. Sometimes it takes a while to get my brain to kick in. This is what glass bead gel looks like. It literally looks like grits. Oh, it does. It looks like very white, very clean grits. That's crazy. I don't know whether I can really save these or not. I mean, I can try. These little bottles are about the biggest pain in the ass in the world to get paint in. The neck of them is so small, and even they give you these little funnels, which are wicked cute, but not wicked useful. The paint just kind of goes in and sits there. Of course, I'm not using diluted paints either. Wonder how much of this shit I'm going to cut out when I edit. I'm leaving that. Because I lose track of what I'm even supposed to be talking about. And y'all don't really want to hear me yap. Oh, that's crunchy already. Yikes. It's okay. You know what? I can throw them away now and not know whether they would have kept, or I can see if they keep later. And if they do keep, I'll have them to use. And if they don't keep, I'll pull these little rubber stoppers off and throw every one of them away and not give a crap. All right. Let's see what we can do with this here glass bead gel. I think it's really creamy. The glass bead gel is. It kind of dries up around the top, of course, because everything does. But I'm just gonna, you know, what you can do with this is take like some, I'm trying to remember what I did it with. I think you can just mix piggies with it. I think I've done that before. And, you know, make it interesting colors. And I have not used glass bead gel for a long time, honestly. I found it. I don't remember how I found it. I think I just saw it somewhere and was like, oh, that looks cool. And I got some. And I told people about it. And I'm real funny about stuff. Once people start using stuff, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm done using that for now. I don't know why, y'all. I'm weird. I was gonna say I'm proprietorial, but then I couldn't remember if that's actually a word. So, okay. I thought I would try this. This is the weirdest little frog toad thing I've ever seen. I think it's kind of goofy, but I thought maybe it would help make the edges not so, not so blunt. I have to be careful up here because I got this stupid little flower. I don't know what that's supposed to prove. I guess that I have glass bead gel. I can use it. I think I will. Just extend this end a little bit. Cause why? Cause I can. Now the thing about this is it's just gonna be super shiny. It dries clear. These little glass beads in it are really little glass beads. And they make the prettiest shimmer. It's just really pretty, and it looks really pretty if it's on top of something colored. But I thought it might just be nice and subtle. A little shimmy shim. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Bring this down here. I just need to make sure that we kind of go even across. Oh my God, did y'all see on the news that granddad that got knocked down by the buffalo in Yellowstone? Did you see that? He was out there with his grandson. And if you didn't see it, he was out there with his grandson, and there was a buffalo like rolling around in the dirt. And it happens to be mating season for the buffalo. And wild animals get a right bit weird when it's mating season. They get a little wilder than usual. And anyway, this buffalo is taking a roll, and I don't know, this truck went by, and I think they said that the grandpa said that the truck like blew its horn and burned out, and as soon as that happened, like, this buffalo came up off the ground and took off after these people. And you know, because shit's funny, man. You're watching this old man like run around this tree, and it looked like a cartoon. It absolutely looked like something that was scripted, because he's running around the tree and the buffalo's chasing him, and you know, and he's getting away. He's doing a pretty good job. But man, when that buffalo caught him, it threw him up. He did a cartwheel in the air, probably 8 feet, 10 feet off the ground. Scary looking. Jeez Louise. And they said he broke his leg in several places and had a few complications, but he's doing pretty good as I understand it. And they said that he was lucky that the thing didn't come finish him off, because usually I guess that's kind of what happens if they get somebody down. You know, that's pretty much it for old feller. So that was crazy, though. I just saw that this evening. I was like, oh my God. Chris was like, did you see this about this guy? And I was like, I don't know. And I'm watching it. I started kind of laughing. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, he's not going to get away from this thing. This is not funny. There was something very Laurel and Hardy about watching him run around the tree. But when I realized that, you know, this is not going to turn out well, that it quickly became not funny. But that's me. I always laugh at the inappropriate moments. But if you've seen it, I think you'll know what I mean. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you can go look it up. Man gets flipped by buffalo in Yellowstone or something. I don't know. My Google Foo's pretty good when I go looking, but when I'm just sitting here, I can't think to tell you what it is you want to look up. I don't know. Anyway, that's something of interest that by the time you see this will be old news. So, all right. I don't know, you guys. I think I've done about all I want to. I'm not great at this sort of thing, so we're just going to cut to the chase. I'll flip these around. You can see I can quit. And life will be holly jolly all the time. There we go. Okay. I'll come over and flip us around. Okay, here are our wet results. Bless. Due to my meticulous editing skills, this will not take the hour that it took me to shoot it. Okay. Shall we sparkly hunt? Sure, why not? Okay, here's our little embellishments. Cute. Little flowies, cute. Those little flowers aren't so cute, but they're not terrible, I guess. And then there's that little embellishment. I don't know how sparkly this will be on camera. I guess we'll find out. Oh, plenty. Isn't that cute? Isn't that neat? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So anyway, there's a little something to fill up my evening. Give me something to do besides worry about the dang dog. Talk to y'all for a little while. I won't cut out a bunch of it, but there you go. Anyway, there's our craziness. I'm all good with it. I hope you like it too. And, yep, gonna go live that old life, and I'll
I'll see you when this is dry.
Okay, here are the dry results of my little embellished double dips. I think they turned out pretty cute. As I said, my talent does not lie in embellishing, but I really think they're kind of neat. And I like that glass bead gel. I'm glad I decided to take it all the way around. That happened after I had already stopped shooting. And I just looked at it and I thought, you know what? I think I want this to look like the dichotomy of looking through a frozen window into a jungle. Because that's kind of like life. You look outside and it is a jungle out there. So, tell me what you think of this painting. Do you like it? Should I just give up embellishing? There's a good question. All right, so thanks for spending your precious time with me today. I surely do appreciate it. And before you go, make sure that subscribe button's pushed, ring the bell so you'll know when I'm making new content. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I'll get back to you. I always do. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.